So in this video, I'm going to tell you guys about my plan to get the perfect credit score in 2023. And by the way, the perfect credit score is an 850. And so anything over an 800 is usually considered as an excellent or an exceptionally good credit score. So basically, my plan is to get as close as possible to that 850 credit score. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what my plan is. And everything in my plan is completely free. So you can follow the plan and you can get a better credit score. Now, at the time of making this video, my credit score is a 799, which is just 1 point short of getting to that exceptionally well credit. And I can actually pull this up and show you guys this right now in the Discover app because it's free. So right here you can see, and this may be a bit blurry, but right here you can see that this is my credit score that's based off FICO 8 from TransUnion. And I got total 4 accounts, credit score is 799, 3 years, it's almost 4 years. Inquiries, 0, revolving utilization, 6%, missed payments, 0. So basically, that's what my credit looks like right now. Now, it doesn't matter if you guys have like a 600 credit score, a 500, even a 400, follow the steps. And the end goal is that next year, this time, you'll have a much better credit score. So without wasting any time, let's get right to it. So the first thing is we're going to get a copy of all the credit reports. Now, you can get 3 credit reports for free. You get 1 from each credit bureau. There are 3 credit bureaus, and 1 per year from each, which is free. Now, if you want more copies, you can get them. It's just that you'll have to pay for them. So if you want to do it the free way, what I would suggest is that you get 1 in like January, and then you get another in like June, and then another in like September or November. This way you can kind of monitor your credit throughout the year. Instead of getting them all in, let's say, January, and then between February and December, you don't actually know what's on your credit report. Now, you're getting a copy of your credit reports, and the official website to go and get these from is www.annualcreditreport.com. It's free, it's official, and here you can get them. It'll take you like 5 to 10, maybe 15 minutes, and then you can review all your credit reports and clean any incorrect info on there. Now, the second thing that you want to do is you want to get credit monitoring. So basically, this is setting up alerts on your credit profile. So whenever a credit card account is opened, or a mortgage, or a car loan, just about anything that happens with your credit, you get real-time alerts, and this can actually save you a lot of headache in the event that somebody tries to steal your identity and just completely destroy your credit. So I'd suggest that you get credit monitoring, and there's a bunch of ways that you can get this. Now, if you're a W-2 employee and you're working at a company, chances are they bundle this with whoever your life insurance provider is, or they have it there, you can get it for free, or maybe they'll pay a part of the cost for you. So this is one way you can either get it for free or you can get it at a discount. Second thing you can do is you can use your credit cards or your banks. You can use like your credit card accounts. The apps usually have free credit monitoring. For example, I know Discover has it. I know Chase has it. Wells Fargo has it. So check with your bank or your credit card company because you may already have it and it's just a feature that you need to turn on. And it's most likely going to be 100% free. Now, if those 2 options do not work for you, you can go to Experian or Credit Karma. They both offer free credit monitoring. So that is the third option. Now, these are the easiest parts, and these will literally take you like just a couple of minutes. You can do that right now. And the third thing that you're going to be doing in 2023, which is going to be the hardest, is you're going to look at what makes up your credit score, and we're going to take care of every single section. So basically, your credit score is made up of 5 main sections, and it's like a pie. So the first part is new credit, which accounts for 10%. The second part is lend off your credit history, which is 15%. Then you have 10%, which is a mix of credit. Then you have 35%, which is the largest part, which is payment history. And then you have 30%, which is another big chunk, which is amounts owed. Now, we're going to go through this by the easiest and smallest to largest. So the first thing we're going to talk about is new credit. So basically what you want to do here is you want to avoid having multiple pulls on your credit for things that you don't really need. And this is really easy to do. I know this sounds simple, but this is an easy trap to fall into. So for example, when I was buying this iPhone, right, and this Apple Watch and my MacBook and my AirPods and a bunch of stuff from the Apple Store, when I went on the Apple Store, they were offering me the Apple credit card. And basically this was a really good deal because I'd get the credit card, It comes with no annual fees, so it's free to use. It also comes with 5% in cash back on anything that I purchase from the Apple Store. And there was also a special introductory offer where I could like max the card out, buy all the stuff I wanted at the Apple Store, spend like $10,000, and then I could make just the minimum payments every single month. And once I pay the complete total off before the end of that introductory period, then I wouldn't pay any interest. So it was a really good deal. Now, I didn't get the credit card, and the reason I didn't get it is because I realized that if I got the credit card, I'd use it to spend and buy all the stuff at the Apple Store right now in that moment. But then after a couple months, this credit card would really have no value to me because I probably shop at the Apple Store once per year, or maybe not even once per year, maybe once every 2 years. So basically what would happen is I would apply for this credit card, I'd get it, I'd use it, and then I'd realize that most of my expenses or most of my spending is in other categories that are not on the Apple Store. So basically I'd have to go and get a different credit card, and then I'd have a pull on my credit twice. So the main objective is don't apply for credit cards that you just need to use right now, because chances are you're going to end up having to go and apply for a different credit card when you could have just applied for that other credit card in the beginning, and then you would have only one pull on your credit. So this is why I don't really mess around with store credit cards like Walmart credit cards or the Lowe's credit cards or the Home Depot, because it gives really good perks if you're shopping at those stores. But generally speaking, I don't really spend a lot at those stores, so I wouldn't get those credit cards. Instead, I opt for cash rewards credit cards or just flat cashback credit cards, because that way I get a lot more value and I can see myself using those credit cards for years and years instead of just using them for just a short period of time. Now, that's the first thing, and that covers new credit. Now, the second thing we're going to be looking at is the length of credit history. Now, this, you can't really do anything about it. It has to do with the first credit account that you opened, so you can't change that. But what you can do is you can avoid closing your oldest credit account. So in my case, my first credit card was the Discover It's Secured credit card, which graduated to an unsecured credit card. I haven't closed that credit card. I probably won't ever close it. I don't really use it a lot anymore, but it does give 2% on fuel purchases, so I'll use it sometimes to purchase fuel just to keep the account open. But just don't close your oldest credit account, and that should take care of that. Now, the next part is going to be credit mix, which is 10% off your overall credit. Now, basically, there are two main types of credit accounts. You have revolving lines of credit and you have installment loans. Now, revolving lines of credit are like your credit card. So for example, you have $1,000 in limit or $1,000 limit on your credit card. So you spend $500, you paid off, you get that $500 back on the credit card, you spend it, you paid off, and it's a cycle. So it's like a revolving line of credit. The next is an installment loan. This is like a fixed amount that you borrow and you paid off until you're done. So this could be like a mortgage or your car loan, or maybe even like a personal loan. Now for this, most people will go and purchase a car because that's like the easiest thing to do. A mortgage is like a bigger commitment. But what you could do here, instead of buying a new car, because the new car is like $45,000 right now, the average car payment is $800 per month. If you don't want to spend that amount of money just to get a good mix of accounts, what you can do is opt for like a Chime Credit Builder account, which is going to cost you a lot less. Or you can just get a personal loan of like $1,000, $500, $100. Pay that back over a year or two, and that will take care of you having a mix of different credit accounts. So you want to have some type of installment loan, and you also want to have credit cards. Now, the next thing that we're going to be looking at is your payment history, and this accounts for 35% of your overall credit, and this accounts for the most of your credit. So basically, your payment history is just looking at if you've ever been late, if you've ever missed any payments. You definitely don't want to be late, and you definitely don't want to miss any payments. So what you can do here is you can set up the automatic payment feature on your credit cards, which means it just automatically pays itself by the due date. This way you don't have to worry about it. Now, if you have a ton of credit cards and it's hard to manage them all, what you could do is you could call your credit card companies and then you could decide on one date. So you could actually ask them to change your due date. And so you change the due date on all your credit cards to one date, and that way your due date stays the same for every single credit card. And that way it's kind of like less confusing, and you know that by X date you need to pay all your credit cards. Now, if that still doesn't work for you, you can set up alerts in the apps to alert you like maybe 7 days before, 5 days before. So it tells you that, hey, you have 5 days to pay your credit. But what I found that works is you can get something like this, and this is basically just a simple daily planner. It's like $5 on Amazon. You should get one of these. And this is like your daily planner for everything. You can plan your weeks or months or days in advance. And you can also jot notes in here of when you need to pay a credit card bill, right? So for example, Wednesday, it could be pay my Chase credit card. On Friday, it could be pay my Discover credit card. The good thing about this is that it helps you with everything else, planning your days. So you're always gonna be looking in this small book. So every single day, I'm gonna open this, I'm gonna look at what I have to do for today. And if I need to pay a credit card bill, it's gonna be in there. So this way, I'll never really miss making a payment on any of my credit cards. So that's the next thing that you wanna do. And again, that takes up 35% of your overall credit. So you wanna be really good with that. Now, the last thing is gonna be the amounts owed. And this could go back to us looking at our credit reports and seeing what's on there. Well, basically, if you have a lot owed on any credit cards, you want to start paying them down. Also, if you have a mortgage or like a car note, you want to go ahead and look at it and see if you can make extra payments. So for example, let's say you have a car loan, right? And it's $800 per month. If you can make an additional $400 towards the principal of that loan, then you should do that because it will bring down the amount that you have owed in total, and that will help to increase your credit score. So basically, this is it for your credit score. If you follow along and you do all these things, you're gonna have a much better credit score by the end of 2023. And again, this is not gonna cost you anything. You don't have to spend any money, and it doesn't matter where your credit is right now. This strategy is gonna work. And this strategy is actually what I'm gonna be using in 2023, starting right now, to get my credit as close as I possibly can to that perfect credit score of an 850. So with that said, if you guys like the info, if you like the video, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. I'll really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe with the notifications on so you never miss the updates of when I post new videos. And if you guys ever want to talk to me one-on-one, you can message me on Instagram. The link is down below in the description. With that said, thanks for watching. All the best with your credit for 2023. And I'll see you guys soon in the next one.